What's up, everyone, and welcome back to D Spot. This is the spot for all things empowerment through yoga, meditation, and psychoeducation. My name is Dalia, and I'm a mental health expert, coach, healer, and yogi. In today's episode of our self love series, I'm going to talk to you about self acceptance. So far, we've covered aspects of self love that includes self compassion, which serves as the foundation on which we build all our work on. And then we have self concept. Self concept is the skeleton, it's who we are at our core underneath all our conditioning and programming. Now, self acceptance comes in as the next element of self love because when we start journeying inwards and we start the work of introspection, we're going to cover a lot of shit, okay? And we're going to learn some harsh truths about ourselves. And you're going to have to learn to love and accept all parts of you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Otherwise, your healing journey is going to be super difficult. So, remember when I told you how we all have these feelings or we have these different parts of ourselves that we exile or we shun, aka our shadow self? Well, just like the only way to truly heal is to accept and integrate our shadow, it's the truth with everything. Acceptance is a powerful medicine. It's the light that fills you and radiates from within. It is absolutely paramount to building a positive and healthy relationship with yourself. And when you do the work of going back and meeting all these different parts of yourself, meeting the vulnerable parts of yourself, and you start connecting more to your inner child and you learn how to meet your own needs, you will naturally soften and you will naturally develop self-compassion because you know that you did the best you could with the resources you had, considering everything that you've been through. And the more that you can access and identify as this loving and compassionate and accepting presence, and less with the thoughts and the judgments and the inner critic and the whatever that you've developed, the better your relationship with yourself is going to be. I remember when I told you that self acceptance is a powerful medicine, I meant acceptance and surrender in every way and in every element of your life. Are you experiencing a negative emotion? Allow it to be there. Let it teach you about yourself. Let it show you what needs your attention. Instead of distracting yourself from it or avoiding it, bow to its wisdom and be open to the lesson, to what that emotion, what that thought, what that instinct, what that judgment is trying to tell you. Let me tell you actually one of my favorite stories. And maybe you've heard me say the story before. You're going to have to hear me say it again. And I really hope that you listen this time and integrate the lesson. In Tibetan tradition, there is this story about the great cave dwelling yogi Milarepa. I may have said the name right, but wrong. But so we're going to call him Millie, okay? So Millie, a revered sage, he once left his secluded cave to gather some firewood. When he got back to his cave, he was astounded to see that it was taken over by demons. These malevolent, these malevolent demons had taken up residence in every nook and cranny of his once solitary refuge. Now, Millie's initial reaction was that of shock and determination. He thought, the hell are these demons doing in my cave? I must expel them. I must scare them away, get them out of here. And he was fueled by this urgency and this anger. So he lunged at them and he began chasing them relentlessly, hoping to drive them away. But to his surprise, the demons were completely unfazed. As a matter of fact, the more he pursued them, the more they seemed to settle in comfortably. Realizing that this forceful approach had failed miserably, Millie decided to take a different path. He thought maybe if I taught them if I taught them of Dharma, right? The teachings of existence, compassion, and impermanence, maybe that knowledge would sway their mind, like intellectualizing things, right? So he assumed his seat and he began to impart his wisdom on the demons. However, after his eloquent teachings, the demons were like, this guy. And they just stared back at him, their eyes bulging, completely unyielding. Not a single one of them budged. At this point, Millie was exhausted. He was humbled. He took a deep breath of surrender. He understood that these demons will not be leaving, and perhaps there was something that he just needed to learn from them. And so, with unwavering resolve, Millie walked up to the biggest demon yet, looked him straight in the eye, and says, "It appears that we are destined to coexist. I open myself to whatever you have to teach me." And with that, he put his head in the demon's mouth. And just like that, all the demons disappear and they vanished. Surrender. That is the power of surrender. And this story, why I love it, is that it really reminds us that our own inner demons, the fears, the resentments, the criticisms, the worrying, the shadows, these are not enemies to be vanquished. Instead, they are invitations to see clearly, where are we shutting down? Where are we holding back? And so by facing our inner demons with surrender, with clarity, with kindness, we can soften ourselves and we can finally be free. So, like Millie, may we learn from our inner demons, bow to their wisdom, and allow them to guide us towards greater understanding and compassion. But the first step to doing that is to allow them to be there. So I hope you liked that little story and enjoyed this video. Please feel free to like, share, and make sure you subscribe. Do leave me a comment. I'd love to hear back from you on what you would find helpful. And stay tuned for the next episode in our self-love series. Thank you and toodaloo.